Aim to notch their. Luis Garcia will be on the mound for the series opener. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, in this day and age where we're used to seeing a lot of home runs and pitchers not going very deep in a game, how about this guy? ERA in the low ones. That's not an easy thing to do. He can strike people out, but he can also get them out via the ground ball, the fly ball. Judging by his stats this year, he is having a ridiculously good season up to this point. There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center, but this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out, number one. With that, here's a look at the Brewers starting lineup. Dan Plesac, who you focused on?
You know, I think everyone should keep an eye on Christian Yelich. He's got a 7-game hit streak going right now. That's a good solid week. What a foundation to build on. I think he's getting to where he's starting to feel real comfortable seeing the ball, and he's swinging it really good right now.
He's set, and the pitch. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Ranging back is Herrera. Gone! So it's a 2-run shot for Ryan Braun, number 14 on the season, and the Brewers move out in front now 2-0.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by his opponent to make him pay for it.
Now the 0-1. Fouled away. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran that two-seamer right by him for the second out.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Matchup numbers with Luis Garcia. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. 2 out, nobody on. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. But the Brewers do get 2 on this 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the first. It's 2-0 Milwaukee. Brent Suter will be the man on the mound for the Brewers. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, one of the strengths of this guy is handling right-handed hitters. Right-handers coming into this game are hitting under 250 against this guy, so he's doing a lot of things right when the right-handers step into the batter's box.
Settling in now, Odubel Herrera, and you can see he really enjoys hitting here at Citizens Bank Park, which is not a shocker. It's a good place to be a hitter. Slow bouncer to the right side. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. A moment now to check out the hometown Phils starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, one of their hotter hitters has been Carlos Santana. He's slugging over .550 on the season. A lot of home runs, a lot of doubles. That's elite power. That's elite slugger territory. Not a lot of guys in the game get to that territory, even some of the really good ones.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. So digging in now, Cesar Hernandez. First shot for him here as he enters play, currently leading the senior circuit in batting. First pitch of the at-bat. This is flared out towards second, and this will be put away easily for the out. Phillies down in order. They trail it here 2-0. Set to go now, Manny Pena, as he's been in a pretty good stretch over the last 10 or so ball games.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Time to take a look at the Philly D. And let's take a look at first baseman Carlos Santana. Originally came up from the minors as a catcher. Also has dabbled at DH, but don't get it twisted. This guy can handle first base as well with soft hands and big-time power at the plate.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Popped him up. And Santana able to stay with it here for route number 2.
Batting 8, second baseman, Jonathan Villar.
Now to the plate, Jonathan Villar. And as you can tell easily from the splits, he's really struggled away from their home ballpark. He's set. Here it comes. And a fastball just a bit high. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Hey, Joe McDonald, he's a tough guy to figure out sometimes, D-Roll. One inning, he'll be given that inside corner. The next inning, he doesn't give much of that inside corner. His zone fluctuates a lot.
You know, Dan, you could see some definite confusion on the face of some hitters today. Questioning in the strike zone. One pitch is a strike on the outer half.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. Nothing across here this half. On now to the bottom of the second. The Brewers lead it 2-0. Digging in now for Philadelphia, Rhys Hoskins. First at bat for him as he enters play number 3 in the National League batting race.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
First offering on its way. Lifted into the air to shallow center. And the Phillies have their first hit of the ball game. So a base hit here to start the inning, and he continues to pile them up as we take a look at our league leaders in hits so far. And as you see, he's up near the top, currently tied for second in that category in the National League. Here's Carlos Santana now, hitless in 4 tries in the ball game yesterday. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. And guys, we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight. They're definitely in a nice stretch as they've won 6 of their last 7 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, I think if you would have asked the manager of this team, first 5 games of this road trip, you're going to go 4-1. He would have signed that in blood. So let the guys continue to play the way they've been playing. Everything is going nice right now.
There's a swing and a high pop-up. There to take it is Villar, and that's the first out.
So here's how the Brewers are positioned defensively. And guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
Coming to the plate now, Maikel Franco. And he enters play today, currently 5th in the National League batting race. First pitch coming. Here it is. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. Hoskins, base runner at first with 1 out. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. To second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on MLB Network after this. Next from Milwaukee, Brent Suter.
The pitcher, number 35, Brent.
First pitch on its way. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike. A pause and the 0-2 is at the knees and called strike 3. And with that, we give you a look at what's happening in the NL East race.
Lorenzo Cain.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Grounder down the line at third. One out, nobody on. Too high. 1-2.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
And there are 2 away now.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as the result.
In is Christian Yelich. 0-1 the count. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Yelich, the former Miami Marlin, he came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
Herrera is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Gone in order are the Brewers, but they hold a 2-0 lead. And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford. He was 1 for 4 with a 2-bagger in yesterday's game.
J.P. Crawford.
First pitch coming. Here it is. This is skied into short left center. Yelich is under it. He's got it 1 away. And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central. Stepping up now, Jorge Alfaro. He begins this one with the 4th best batting average in the National League. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. To short, hit hard. Garcia fields it cleanly. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone here in the home third.
Batting 9th, pitcher Luis Garcia.
Next up will be the Phillies pitcher, Luis Garcia. First offering on its way. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Yelich is there, and how about that? A 3-pitch inning as the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They're down 2-0. Back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Ryan Braun steps in to get things started. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Leaves a slider right over the middle.
Rock solid performance up to this part of the ball game right now. One of the keys, 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes. And when you do that, you really make the hitter swing at the pitch you want them to swing at.
Swung on and driven to right, and no doubt about it. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. Ryan Braun with the solo home run, his 2nd home run of the game, and the Brewers have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
The right fielder, number 16, Domingo Santana.
Into the box, Domingo Santana, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Here's the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Fastball got him looking, as that had two-seam action on it. One gone.
Now batting, third baseman.
In now, Travis Shaw. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. From the stretch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. On the season, Shaw is slugging a little under the 400 mark, so the chances of his connecting with the ball right here aren't particularly good. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, just to the right of the chalk. A fair ball. And he is in at second base with a one-out double.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Into the box now, Manny Pena. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here it comes, 1-0. And it's fouled away. Popped him up. Garcia has a play, makes the play, and there are two gone now.
The batter, number 3.
At the plate, Orlando Garcia comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Yeah, I'm shocked he let that first pitch go right there. High fastball, but usually those ones travel the furthest.
The 0-1 pitch. A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. And Franco will make the catch to retire the side. Brewers do pick up a run on the Ryan Braun homer. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's now 3-0 Milwaukee. So coming to the plate, Odubel Herrera. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Herrera playing here in his age 26 season. He's in his 4th season as a major league player. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And a check swing. They'll appeal down to third. No swing is the signal from Freddie Ferguson. It's ball one. The 1-2. Hit back up the middle. Villar ranging up the middle. And that's the first out. So with one away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the two starters here in the 4th inning. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. Up next will be Nick Williams. Flied out in his first at bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. First pitch of the at bat. Liner toward right center. And a dive, but he comes up empty, and this is big trouble now out in right center.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's into double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you talking about double digits, Dan? Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
In now, Cesar Hernandez. He'll roll over it and send it to shortstop. And indeed, he won't look at second. He'll just flip it on over to first to take the sure out.
Now batting, left fielder, Rhys Hoskins.
Ready now, Rhys Hoskins. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And they are on the board as the run scores from second to narrow the gap to 3-1 now. So he's able to come through here with 2 away, and that's a good time to check out our RBI leaders on the league leaderboard. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Now at the plate, Carlos Santana trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Try to check it, and it's 0-1. Hoskins is off at first with 2 away. Has a look, now the pitch. And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around, and the inning is over. Phillies get a couple of hits here, and it leads to 1 on the scoreboard. We played 4 full. It's the Brewers 3 and the Phillies 1. Now at the plate, Jonathan Villar. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
Jonathan Villar.
Set and the pitch. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. And that one just missed outside. Way in front of that fastball.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hoskins waits on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
The pitcher, number 35, Brent Suter.
Now to the plate, the pitcher, Brent Suter. He got called out on strikes his last time through. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a slider on the inside for strike 1. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Suter is a sub-100 hitter, but that's not all that uncommon for pitchers, of course.
Yeah, Matty, he's well aware of it. Runners in scoring position, that's where you need to be on your game. He's just expanded the zone entirely too much in these situations.
Next 0-2. Line to the right side. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit. So the lineup card turns over with 1 away following the base hit out of the pitcher's spot.
Hey, I've been impressed with this guy. Not only has he thrown the ball well, but now he's mixing in a base hit late in the game, giving his manager options. Whether or not he wants to pinch run, keep him in there, go to the relief. I mean, he's opened up a whole weaponry box for the manager.
Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Called strike, 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
There's another slider. That's back-to-back good sliders, and this guy's breaking ball is really good. And when he's throwing it well like he is, and he's confident with it, he can throw it 3 or 4 times in a row. A really good slider in this one.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Takes a high fastball for a strike. 0 for 2 for him to this point. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
The guy on the mound must have a different scouting report than we have right here. This looks like a beautiful situation for a double play right here, but he continues to pound up in the zone.
Alfaro is there, and he brings it in on the warning track.
First baseman, number 8, Ryan Braun.
Here's Ryan Braun now, and we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at bat, his 2nd home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swing and a little tapper. 0-2. Here it is. Fouled off. The next 0-2. Swinging here is Braun, and he sends this one on the ground to short. And a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the first baseman got the out, and the inning is over. Brewers strand a couple, but they hang on to a 3-1 lead. Leading off the inning, Michael Franco, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? And now this will make it down to the 334 sign. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with the single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they can get on. Got to take it one good at-bat at a time.
Stepping up to the plate, J.P. Crawford. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the belt, the pitch to right field and deep. Look at this thing go. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. 3rd home run for him on the year. And the Phillies have pulled even now at 3-3.
Man, he's kicking himself after that pitch. As soon as it left his hand, he knew it was a mistake. The next thing he knew, it was screaming through the night sky and over the fence.
Standing in now, Jorge Alfaro. He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Line drive to center field. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
Dan, after that base hit, he's extended his hit streak to 9 games, and you know he wants double digits.
Oh, there's no question about it. Listen, anybody can get a 9-game hitting streak, but when you call your buddies or send out a text message and say, hey, I'm about in double digits, so 9 games is nothing to sneeze at, but he'd love to get it to 10.
Line towards center field. There to take it now is Kane as he puts it away for the first out.
Up next for Philadelphia, center fielder, Odubel Herrera.
Ready for another chance? Odubel Herrera. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A little bouncer. Oh, 0-1 count and the pitch. And he fouls this one off. That's a fair ball, line to the right side. Alfaro rounds the corner and is headed home. The tag, and he is out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Digging in and looking for more, Nick Williams. A fly out and a single for him so far. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a check swing and a foul ball. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. Herrera stands at second with 2 gone. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. But the Titans strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. 5 innings complete, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Aaron Nola takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 27, Aaron Nola.
Striding forward now, the Brewers cleanup hitter, Domingo Santana. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
To me, getting ahead 0-1, it's the most important pitch in the game, Matty. It puts the hitter on the defensive. I can only think of myself being in the batter's box. When I'm sitting 1-0, I am all over the gas, or I am allowed the opportunity to sit on something without fearing going 1-1. When you're down 0-1, your head's on a swivel.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his third tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. As with one away, he won't catch up with the fastball, and it's 0-1. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a swing and a ground ball, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Another 0-2 home. And it's fouled away. And a good curveball there, but he wouldn't bite. It's 1-2.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. The 1-2. Gets him looking up around the letters.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Now at the plate, Manny Pena. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball in for a strike. Sliders in for a strike.
Aggressive swings out of him to start this at bat, but he hasn't been able to put the ball in play. Time to use that aggressiveness and make him chase now.
And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More in a moment on this Friday night. You're watching MLB Network. Digging in now, Cesar Hernandez. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
Second baseman, Saison Hernandez.
First delivery to him on the way. I had him lunging there as he's just able to tap it foul at home plate. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Fly ball into straightaway left. Yelich is under it. 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Hoskins.
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A bouncer up the middle. Garcia gloves it. And quickly there are 2 away.
The first baseman, number 41, Carlos Santana.
Here's Carlos Santana now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First offering on its way. Way in front of that fastball. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
He's going to have to take a deep breath. A little bit ultra aggressive at the plate right now after fishing at the first pitch and looking like he was going to commit on that one.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Villar up the middle. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Phillies down in order. 6 innings are in the books. Score holds at 3-3. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. Tight one on our hands, all tied at 3 apiece as we look at the game summary through 6 innings of play. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck outside last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss at the big curveball.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
Into the box, Jonathan Villar. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The windup and the 0-1. Heading out towards shallow right. Williams is under it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
The pitcher, number 35,
Eric Thames will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 7, Eric Thames.
Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. This is pulled into right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And Lorenzo Cain on deck loves to see that. It means he'll hit here as well. Not every day that you see a ball come off the bat like that one did. And looking at it again on show track, we see it a lot faster than it came in. 113 miles an hour. Couldn't have hit that one much better than that. In now is Lorenzo Cain. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. I'm set with the 0-1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Number 10 for him on the year. And it's now 5-3. Ball's jumping in this one. That's the 4th to leave the yard so far.
Matty V, this is kind of a mini home run derby, Hero. Ball flying out of the ballpark today.
Just great approaches by both lineups today. We were around the cage during batting practice. Both were super confident, and it's coming to fruition today.
And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game. So that'll extend the inning and give Ryan Braun a 2-out chance. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tough, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. And a big swing there by Braun, but he comes up empty. No balls and 2 strikes.
The way he's been able to command his fastball those first 2 pitches, don't be shocked if he goes back in there again or goes up under his chin or nasty slider down and away. He has opened up his full arsenal.
Now a curveball in there. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's now Oliver Drake gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Oliver Drake.
Standing in, Maikel Franco, who came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast? They could certainly use that right now. Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. Very weakly on the ground. The 1-2. Gets him swinging. He struck him out.
Wow, that's the case right there where a pitcher knows this guy's up there and he's in swing mode. That pitch wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he still swung at it.
And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. And that's in for his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
Boy, this is just a case of another really good hitter finding a way, even though that was a soft liner, finding a way to get hits.
Yeah, he usually hits rockets and catches the barrel, but even his soft liners fall. Dan, he has a knack for keeping his bat in his zone and giving himself a chance much longer than the average ball player.
Striding into the box, Jorge Alfaro. And Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now. Drake, playing here in his age 31 season. He was taken in the very late rounds during the 2008 draft.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang-bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
Aaron Altair will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 23, Aaron Altair.
Lined hard toward right center. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hit streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to something, some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up. Here's the center fielder, Odubel Herrera. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
You see that so much, left-on-left matchup, that slider down and away that you get a bad swing on it. There's so many few left-handed hitters that are willing to drive the ball up the middle the other way.
Now a little looper back up the middle, and that's going to fall. A base hit. And that's going to bring in the run from second to make this a 1-run game now.
Hey, that's nice execution right there. Swung through the first slider, got it again, stayed tall, kept his hands back, didn't try and do too much, and delivered a nice base hit.
Up next will be Nick Williams as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Logan, a 6'5" left-hander. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Shaw has got it, and the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Brewers lead this one 5-4. Aaron Luke has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 62, Aaron Luke.
Digging in, Domingo Santana. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Read this one almost in the books. The story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage.
And in a 5-4 game, let's give you a look at the starter comparison to see how these two guys stack up against one another. And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Sent on the ground out to second. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Digging in to try it again, Manny Pena. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First offering on its way. Looks at a sinker on the outside corner. 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Lou is pretty much a manager's dream coming out of the bullpen. High strikeouts, doesn't walk a lot of batters, usually a recipe for a lot of success. Williams is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They lead it 5-4. Corey Knebel is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 46, Corey Knebel.
So next to the plate for the Phils, Cesar Hernandez, 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expected him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit on the ground to short. And there's his first base hit in this one. So it's a leadoff base hit to open their half of the 8th.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. Should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. No balls and a strike to count. takes this the other way to right. Santana is there to put it away for out number 1.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
So now Carlos Santana. He was a ground out victim last time up. First delivery to him on the way. And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. Now a long throw to third. And he is in there at third as the possible tying run.
Boy, that line drive was a blur off the bat, which means it's definitely worth looking at on show track. And how about this for an exit velocity? 116 miles an hour. That's right up there with the fastest we've seen.
So stepping in, Maikel Franco, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. And it looks as though the decision makers in the dugout will give him a free pass to first, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force play is now in order.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
From the belt, the pitch. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. The second for one. He'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out.
Now batting, catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
Stepping in, Jorge Alfaro. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through. Ready. Here's the first offering. Softly hit out to short. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Phillies will have to be content with just the 1. We've played 8 full, and we are all tied 5-5. Back in the city of brotherly love for the 9th inning of this one on MLB Network. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. And his guys need him to get things started here in the top half of the 9th. From the stretch. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. High in the air out to center field. Herrera on the run. 1 away.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Jonathan Villar.
Standing in, Jonathan Villar. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Didn't get on top of the sinker at all. If that's what it was trying to be, it stayed high. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Heading out towards shallow right. Williams sprinting after it. 2 down.
Now batting, pitcher, Corey Knebel.
Jesus Aguilar will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 24, Jesus Aguilar.